This has literally never happened in my 30-year history of animal welfare.
New developments tonight in the search for hundreds of missing small animals from San Diego. The new evidence that appears to confirm the worst fears.
Remember scooters? They have officially left the city of San Diego. Will they be back? Details coming up.
A nudist resort no more. Details on the changes at Dianza Springs coming up.
We're honoring our veterans this week. Keontae Story is sharing his story about sacrifice and triumph.
Just having a little bit of extra help with a little bit of groceries can go a long way for us.
When serving your country doesn't put enough food on the table, Feeding San Diego steps in. The work they're doing tonight to show their thanks. CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now. Disturbing news tonight about the fate of hundreds of small pets transferred from San Diego to the Southern Arizona Humane Society. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes in for Marcella Lee. Officials now say about 250 of those small animals may have been frozen and used as food to feed reptiles in Arizona. CBS 8's David Gottfredson has more on a newly released text message that led investigators to fear the worst.
3 months ago, the San Diego Humane Society transferred more than 323 mice, rats, guinea pigs, and rabbits to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona in Tucson. The San Diego facility was overcrowded, so the Humane Society in Tucson was supposed to adopt out the small animals as pets. Instead, they were turned over to a reptile breeder and may have been frozen and used as food for lizards, snakes, and other reptiles.
We had no idea that anything like this was even possible. Nobody could have foreseen anything like this.
San Diego Humane Society CEO Gary Weitzman says his agency has been investigating what happened to the small animals ever since they went missing with no apparent adoption paperwork turned over.
This has literally never happened in my 30-year history of animal welfare.
On Thursday, both agencies released a statement saying the animals were given to a man named Colton Jones, who runs a reptile breeding company in Arizona called the Fertile Turtle. Jones eventually returned 62 of the animals to the Humane Society in Arizona, meaning 261 are still missing. The investigation uncovered a text message allegedly sent by Jones one day after the animals were transferred to Arizona and obtained by our sister station, KOLD in Tucson. It read, "Do you have the ability to freeze off a bunch of guinea pigs and/or rabbits? I don't have the manpower or labor to be able to do it in time for the show, and it's too much for me." Board chair of the Humane Society in Southern Arizona, Robert Garcia, had this reaction.
We are considering legal action against Mr. Jones. That's one. And potentially against former HSSA employees.
Garcia says Colton Jones denies any allegations of wrongdoing. In October, the Humane Society in Tucson fired its CEO and its chief programs officer stepped down. The Tucson Police Department told me it has an open and active investigation into the matter and cannot comment on possible criminal charges. David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. Today, a high-speed chase that started on Interstate 8 at Willows Road ended on Interstate 5 just south of Oceanside Boulevard. The chase ended just before 11 this morning when the driver stopped in the center divide. It caused traffic to back up. That while police negotiated with the driver before taking him into custody. San Diego police tell us the initial traffic stop was for speeding.
Tonight, an organization is fighting for more money to keep its doors open for thousands of migrants seeking asylum.
The shelter is run by SBCS. They tell us the $3 million provided by the county will be gone soon. Today, Congressman Juan Vargas told us the federal government has provided millions of dollars for migrant resources, but that the county of San Diego never applied for it. The county tells us it did not apply because they wanted the funding to go directly to groups that do the work.
It was a decision that we all made together, and so we seek funding, and they are the ones that ended up receiving that funding.
County Board Chair Nora Vargas tells us the county could still consider more funding for the shelter at a later date. Today, Mexico's president was in Tijuana visiting a construction site, causing a headache for cross-border commuters. Wait times for people crossing into Tijuana are dramatically increasing, with some waiting hours just to approach the border. Part of the blame is on new overpass construction on Mexico's side called Otay 2. The new border crossing will have 5 lanes and 5 more for trucks and is expected to reduce wait times. It's also expected to provide an economic boost of nearly $2 billion to the region.
Bring our scooters back, please. That's the call from San Diego City Council members after all 4 electric scooter companies pulled out of the city. So why did they leave? Both sides, the council members and the scooter company I talked to today, say too many scooter rules.
When the city actually put our shared mobility device ordinance in place last August, we had 4 operators within the city, and as of November 1st, we don't have any.
Bird, the last scooter operator, pulled out of the city of San Diego on November 1st. But why did all the scooter companies pack up? Regulations or rules that were meant to ease the growing pains neighbors had with scooter riders.
Control the parking of devices, the staging, whether they can be used in certain areas, for example, on boardwalks and beaches, in many of our parks. And we really saw a significant reduction in the issues that we had faced in the past.
Some of the regulations we placed to try to prevent people to ride on sidewalks also had some unintended consequences. And so based on the assumptions we had made a year ago that I was a very big proponent for, wasn't working the way we intended.
That's why City Council members Joe LaCava and Kent Lee are looking to relax some of those rules to entice scooter companies to come back to San Diego.
In Kearny Mesa, where we see a significant number of restaurants, entertainment spots, but really significant challenges of parking, these are the kinds of areas where the city really could benefit from having a program that allows people to get around.
Jacob Tugendrak works for Lime, one of the 4 scooter companies that used to operate in San Diego.
There ended up being a regulation in San Diego where they wanted to have a very strict sidewalk rule that no other major city had. Any issues that arise, we know how to deal with them. We became the global leader in micromobility by knowing how to work with cities to build the programs that they want.
Tugendrak says Lime would love to come back to sunny San Diego. He says working with city leaders on the rules and educating riders and the public will be key, and they'll hold bad riders accountable.
When people are breaking the rules and are becoming a problem, what we can do is look at repeat offenders, and then what we try to do is we have a progressive disciplinary policy.
Okay, so the biggest rule change the city is looking to adjust is scooter speed on sidewalks, you know, where scooters go slower because they're being ridden in an area that they're just not supposed to be. So what's next? The new plan for regulations will go before the full council for consideration this winter. Then we might see those scooters come back to San Diego by spring of 2024. We'll keep you posted.
Thanks, Kirsten. Some good news tonight about an abandoned Tommy's Burgers in Kearny Mesa. After our story about the building turning into an eyesore, it now has a fresh coat of paint. It's at the corner of Claremont Mesa Boulevard and Ruffner Street. We told you last Friday that the business had closed back in March and was surrounded by trash and covered with graffiti. Working for you, we contacted a construction company associated with the property and asked about a cleanup. Today we found crews painting over the graffiti and clearing out the trash. And don't forget, if there's something that you'd like us to look into, you can email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
One and go.
Today, a new Gold Star Families Memorial was unveiled to honor the families and servicemen and women who sacrificed their lives while serving in the military. Families had the chance to get a first look at it while honoring their loved ones.
I'm here to honor my son that was killed in Iraq, and also for all of those that also made this ultimate sacrifice.
Volunteers from the Woody Williams Foundation created this monument. It's on display at the Miramar National Cemetery. Well, there's a big celebration happening right now at the Embarcadero where thousands of people are making their way out to Fleet Week this weekend.
There are many activities planned for the next 2 days. Attendees can enjoy a military and veterans art show, ship tours, search and rescue demonstrations, and on Sunday, the 4th annual Veterans Boat Parade. If you're thinking about heading downtown this weekend, make a plan because they do expect big crowds.
Best thing for them to do is to take the trolley. Park at one of the things and take the trolley. The Santa Fe station is a block away.
We're also seeing the return of the Veterans Day Parade along the Embarcadero on Sunday, first time since the pandemic. Special events will continue throughout the weekend. Fleet Week activities open at 10 a.m., close at 4 p.m.
And tonight, in honor of Veterans Day this weekend, American flags are lined up along Pomerado Road and Scripps Ranch. Scripps Ranch Civic Association says the flags will be flying high for 3 days and reminds everyone to thank a veteran today, tomorrow, all throughout the weekend, whenever you get a chance.
Still ahead tonight on CBS 8 News, live at 6. Israel is now being accused of targeting hospitals in their war against Hamas. How officials are defending their actions tonight.
Plus, a suspicious substance mailed to election workers across 5 U.S. states. What experts say they found after testing.
We had some high clouds earlier today. That was a sign that onshore flow picked up and still lingering a little bit. But we got 61 degrees for downtown and also still talking about dry inland conditions. Your complete forecast, it's coming up.
And where's the milk? We verify claims of carton shortages and how they could affect schools nationwide.